So many people, even the Saudi chief, got on social media and said, Mike, forget the script. Beat this guy. What do you say? Tell these people who keep saying that this fight is scripted for Jake Paul to win.
Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'm gonna finish him.
So many people, even the Saudi chief, got on social media and said, Mike, forget the script, beat this guy. What do you say tell these people who keep saying that this fight is scripted for Jake Paul to win? Well, just come to the fight and you'll see. Listen, I started Jake off and I'ma finish him. The latest press conference between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was wild, with both fighters taking verbal jabs at one another before the fight. Since this fight was announced, the boxing world has been skeptical about this fight taking place, and many questioned whether these two would participate in a real fight or not. However, the recent press conference answered all these questions, and Mike Tyson confirmed that both he and Paul are serious about this fight, and they'll be leaving no stone unturned to entertain the fans and put up a good show. Mike Tyson is already 58 years old, and many feel that he's too old to fight in a professional boxing match. Old Mike, however, begs to differ, and he boiled up when a reporter asked him about people criticizing his boxing capabilities at this age. Have a look. How do you respond to people who are critical about this fight taking place in the first place at all because of your differences, particularly your age? Well, I don't see too many people critical about it. Look at this. Critics. I mean, excuse me, critics, people in the IMD who tell me who naming somebody who know folks who say it. Thanks, yeah. I know, thanks. Mike Tyson seemed to be enjoying himself at the press conference. However, he hates people doubting his capabilities to destroy Jake Paul in the ring. This is because he has been training hard for this fight for months and wants the world to know that he's a boxing legend for a reason. Iron Mike has also shared countless video clips of his training on social media, which have generated millions of views until now. Music do. I love it, bro. Side. Sorry, music. Sorry. Getting back to the press conference, Jake Paul was asked a serious question about fighting real boxing bouts against contenders from his weight class and age. Rather than answering the question, the YouTuber turned boxer nearly started all Jake, you say you want to be a serious boxer, and you want to be a contender and be a title holder. So then when in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights? I think he just called Mike Tyson a gimmick. Mike Tyson's 58 years old, or will be at the time of the fight. Yes, as much as I respect Mike Tyson. And what did you just call me? Against call you anything? What did you call me? I didn't call you. Applause. Anything. It's been 4 years in this sport, and I've done more to it than any boxer in the history of the sport. So in due time, sir, I will be fighting for a world championship, and I will be shutting you up and making you eat your own words, just like the rest of these punks. So Jake Paul feels that he has done more for the sport than any other boxer in the 4 years that he has fought professionally. Both fighters were also asked about what makes them confident about beating one another on July 20th. Mike Tyson gave a shocking response to this. Have a look. I don't know, pitching me losing to him back. You're going to have a lot of pictures of him. Mike, I don't see it. Last question, last media question here. Hey, this question is for Jake, being that you've come to Dallas countless times and sold out the American Arena and even now AT&T Stadium, man. I want to ask you, would you consider Dallas your home turf? As far as a fighter in Cleveland, born and raised Cleveland, born and raised Jake Paul seems incredibly confident about winning the fight. But Mike Tyson isn't letting his guard down and expressed his desire to show the world what he's capable of. He also addressed the doubts in everyone's minds about him risking serious injury by fighting Paul. Paul is only 27 years old, and he has a massive advantage going into this fight. However, Iron Mike doesn't seem to care and believes that Paul is overweight. I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat. And applause. Funky. I saw him with his shirt off over that he's fat. I thought, did you start training already? Hey, Buster Douglas was fat, am I right? I know. But you're no Buster Douglas. I'm better, I'm better. And I'm going to end you quicker than he did. And you'll remember that forever you started me off. I appreciate that, Mike, I love you like a father loves his son. But I must discipline you, you're going down, old man, okay? I love you too, Mike Tyson also ended up taking a verbal jab at Paul in the process. A number of people say when they talk about this fight, they say if Mike Tyson doesn't get Jake Paul early and get him out of there early, there's no way he can go all 8 rounds and win this fight. What do you say to that? Okay, whatever, it's hard to even really be. He's not going to win. He can't even knock out Nick Diaz-Nas. Is 40 odds how he's going to knock me out. What's the other guy, Anderson Silva? He think knock those little guys. How you going to knock me out, Jake? Majority of your fights, we certainly seen the power on display. Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't knock out, never knocked out a real man. Come applause. On he's questioning your power. Jake, he's saying you haven't knocked out a legitimate fighter of his ilk. He didn't knock out Tommy. Applause. Music Fury, your response to that, Jake. Hey, look, he's right. I can't stand here and say I did those things. But what I promised to the people is on July 20th, Mike will be put to sleep and he will feel my power. And I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last applause time. Mike, let me ask you this for the 200 million who will be watching this fight around the world, well over 880,000 people that will be in AT&T Stadium. What can you guarantee these people they will get on July 20th? When you step in the ring with Jake Paul, listen, we're here. We did enough talk, and I'm ready to fight Mike Tyson's argument about Jake Paul failing to knock out any of his previous opponents was an interesting one, and will certainly shut all his doubters before this fight. There were also some weird moments during the press conference where Jake and Mike Tyson made some explicit comments about each other. Iron Mike probably made the most controversial comment of the night. Have a look. I want to kiss Mike's big juicy applause lips. He wanted to kiss me, he said. He said he wanted to kiss you. That's so ironic that he say that 'cause I saw a picture of him dancing at 16 doing a little dance on YouTube. And for some reason I had to reject that comment by Mike Tyson. Could lead him to serious trouble on fight night. Jokes aside, both these fighters have tried their best to convince the world that this is a real fight and that they're serious about putting on a good show for the fans. And while the second of may have succeeded in convincing the fans, the same cannot be said about the boxing experts. Let's have a look at what the boxing world had to say about this fight. Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. Find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it. And it's entertainment, I guess. But for someone that idolized the guy growing up, yeah, not the best guy, you think Jake Paul gets any credibility. If he beats Mike Tyson, he's 58 years old on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. Oh geez. It's a bit strange, you know, is my interest, not the interest is a low on. I don't know, I don't really it. I don't understand it, so any difference between this one, I wish well for Mike. Awesome, thank you so much, I appreciate it. So this is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. You can't go out there and potentially beat up Uncle Mike, the guy that's so loved by the world. You don't get no cool points for that. Let's say you go in there and you do beat up Uncle Mike. So you think now people going to respect you? Oh, Jake Paul. Yeah, you beat Mike Tyson, 58-year-old Mike Tyson. No, you're not going to get the respect for that. In fact, I think it'd actually be worse. People might hate you more because it's Uncle Mike. Everyone loves Uncle Mike. But on the flip side, you go out there and you get put to sleep, which is a possibility, because Uncle Mike still has that punching power. He's still ferocious, and he will still come at you. You go out there and get put to sleep. Let's just go ahead and sign the death certificate of your career. There's no more career after that. Riot Mike Tyson, at his age, is facing a YouTuber that is much younger, and hungry and capable of boxing. as well, so it's going to be a good example for people that are at Mike's age, yeah. It's also actually a good example for me to keep on punching so to speak, and hopefully I look forward to do that match as well. You can only be too old in your mind. Yeah, if you control your mind, you control everything in your life. And Tyson, I don't care who you are, nobody's above Father Time Tyson's, what, like 6 years old? I think Tyson is 57, 57. And Jake Paul is 27, yeah. You know, man, that you know, no matter how much of an athlete and mean Tyson was in his prime, this is way past his prime. So I just don't know how much of Tyson is left, you know, all these heavyweights. Tyson's been fighting those shots, just don't go away, you know, he's gotten hit by some of the hardest hitters that ever walked planet Earth, dead square on the jaw. So that only gets worse with time, you know, so could Jake beat him? Yeah. But is that Mike Tyson? No, it's not Mike Tyson. We all know who Mike Tyson is, but obviously he's not fighting Mike Tyson. He's fighting the shadow Mike Tyson. I don't know, man.